What's good, everybody? Welcome to Look in the Mirror, the conversation. I'm one of your co-hosts, Quay Price. We got Nicole. Nicole, what's going on?
Hello, hello. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good.
Let me do this real quick. I'm gonna send these links out, then we're gonna get on into this. Hold on one sec, okay? Let's see here. All right, my bad. I had to send that out real quick. So let's say shout out to everybody joining us tonight. Once again, this is Look in the Mirror, the conversation, where we like to get into some interesting convos, touch a couple hot topics, help change some trajectories. And we got a guest to honor tonight. We got a
Oh,
guest to
oh
honor
no.
tonight. So here, let me paste this link up. My bad, y'all. I'm running a little behind tonight. Let me post this link up in the feeds, and then we'll go ahead and get into this before folks start getting restless. And shout out to everybody joining us tonight. We appreciate you supporting the show, the movement. So yeah, let me drop this link. We'll drop this topic, then we'll get into it. So what's been going on, Nicole?
You know,
To it.
moving forward and such.
I hear that. I hear that. What's going on,
Moving
Chloe?
forward and such.
Hey, everybody.
How are you?
Good. Welcome to a new year, sort of, kind
How
of.
Right.
y'all, how y'all 2022 going so far?
Oh,
That's
Uh,
interesting.
it's that's the word. That's the word
It's
for it.
interesting.
Not
That's the
interesting. Is
word.
that in a good way or a bad way?
I mean,
Both. Both.
I can't tell. I can't tell that we still ain't in 2021. I mean, the same thing is going on that was going on before. So for me, yeah. But God is good. You know.
For sure,
And
no
we
doubt,
keep
no doubt.
rolling. We look, I'm here.
Yep.
I made it. So the way I see it, it's a good day.
There it is. There it is. All right, all right, all right, all right. So we're gonna get into this topic. The topic for tonight is how much are you really worth? Let me ask that one more time. How much are you really worth? Okay, let me give y'all some background context. Now, I told the young lady that I talked to that I was not gonna put her out there, and I'm not. But let me give y'all some context of where this conversation comes from. So, I had a conversation earlier um, with a young lady who is up for a possible job opportunity in another state. And, it sounds like it's a good opportunity with some potential. But during our conversation, she revealed to me that she possibly has lowballed herself in the um, compensation request that she made to the company. So when I heard that, it kind of sparked the conversation, right? Because this is something that I've heard before. This is something that I've experienced before, and I wanted to bring it to the show because I feel like I'm sure a lot of people have a perspective on this particular topic. I'm sure everybody has been up for a job opportunity or a job promotion or a chance to move to another company. And when it comes down to the compensation question, these little butterflies kick in these little nervous feelings, little, you know, sweaty palms, all this stuff happens. Yeah, and I feel like this is something we need to talk about. So let me throw this question out there. Unless if anybody watching us right now, definitely drop a comment, or better yet, come up on the panel with us. Here, let me throw the link up. Almost forgot. Here's the link to join us on the panel. So yeah, I actually welcome anybody who's watching us to come up on the panel and discuss this, because I said, I think this is a topic that affects our community, specifically our community, when these opportunities present themselves. And I want to, like I said, work through it, or kind of deep dive on it and understand why it happens. So let me just pose the question like this, to Chloe and Nicole. Why do you think that happens? Yeah, why do you think when we get an opportunity that comes our way, we start to question our worth, question our value? Why do you think we do that when these opportunities present themselves to us? And then either one of you guys can go first. Are you muted, Chloe?
I'm on mute. Sorry, guys.
No, you go
I think there's a historical element to it. Like, I think that I hate to say it, I wish it wasn't true, but I do believe that there is some truth to it. I think that we have somewhat accepted in this, that our stature in this country, that we are not valued in the same way, that we're just not valued with the same, I don't know, I guess we're not given the same status. So for someone who, and to be honest, they don't value us financially the same way. They don't. If you look at, I can be working, doing the same job as my Caucasian counterpart, and they could be making $10,000 to $20,000 more than me. It's a commonplace. It just is what it is. And sometimes we don't even know it, right? Because unless you're really talking to the people around you and they're transparent about their wages, you won't know. I just have happened to talk to people in the past who believed in wages, like transparency. So they were willing to share. And that is how I was able to know that it was true. It was eye-opening for me, because I was like, oh, I am basically sitting right next to you doing the same job. And a lot of times we're working a lot harder. And that was really an eye-opener for me. Ever since that moment, I stopped valuing myself lower. If anything, now I'm coming in higher, because I already know you're going to want to negotiate, and I'm up for it.
Good point.
But now I'm going to start high, because you're going to come down. But now when you come down, you're coming down right about where I probably would really expect to be. But I'll be honest, I've done that same thing in the past, just not knowing. Sometimes you get so excited about the opportunity, and you're just like, oh, this is such a great opportunity for me. I don't want to be greedy. But it's because we don't expect what our Caucasian and any other, our European counterparts, they expect to be paid well. They expect it. They expect to be compensated based off of their knowledge and skill set and experience. They expect it. They know that it's going to happen. They don't expect anything else. They don't even consider anything else. It's not even a thought. We go in like, dang, it'd be nice to get more money, but I'm not going to really trip. I need this opportunity. And it's like, the minute we take on that mindset, I understand it because I've had it before. But the minute we take on that mindset, we already kind of put ourselves in a position where more than likely we're probably going to end up getting paid less. We're going to end up taking less than we probably should. So I would just say, always value yourself higher than you think you should. Always go in high, because they're going to negotiate with you. And if they're asking, why not? I mean, they don't know what you were making at your previous place of employment, and they are not going to call and find out. So, and even if they did, so what? Like at the end of the day, what you require for your experience and your skills is what you require. And that is what it is. And if they want your experience and if they want what you bring to the table, then they should be willing to meet that standard. Just think about it. If they're not willing to meet that standard in the beginning, just know that's going to set the precedent for what your potential raises or merit increases is going to be like. If they're already penny pinching and don't want to pay you in the beginning, that might actually be a sign for you. Because that means every time it's time for a promotion, every time it's time for a raise, every time it's time for a merit, you're going to have to do that same thing over and over again because that's just their mindset. So actually, it's a good way for you to gauge if you even want to be bothered, to be honest. We have to get in the mindset of they're not just interviewing us, we're interviewing them too. We're interviewing them too because do I want to attach myself to you and align myself to you for however long? Like, is this a place that I even really want to be? So I think, I think it does come from a mindset of just being undervalued in this country. And I think that it starts with us changing our mindsets.
Right. Okay. I can feel that. You want to say anything, Nicole?
Yeah, so I definitely feel like it is a historical thing. And just because I feel like opportunities just don't come as often. So when you do get the opportunity, as what was said, there is a level of excitement. And not only that, but then I'm thinking about, well, how long did this take? And how many other offers do I have on the table? Like, where am I in a position to really decline this or negotiate? So I feel like all of that kind of sets in as well. Yeah, I don't wish it was the case either. And that between that and then having a mindset of, oh, well, I can just make it work. Like, no, I can't make it work no more. Like, what am I doing all this work for?
Yeah. No, I feel that. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to make this or make that conversation a topic. As a people, we deal with a lot of past traumas, right? And I don't even think we know that this stuff exists. And one of them, one of those past traumas is the way we look at our value and our worth. And that goes for our value and worth in corporate America. That goes for value and worth in relationships. Like, it doesn't matter. We have an issue with how we look at value and worth. And just to, for anybody who's joining us, we're talking about how much are you really worth in your value and situations and so forth, just to catch everybody up. But yeah, it's a problem. And like I said, even myself, I've been in those situations before where you felt like somebody was giving you an opportunity. And I'm gonna be honest, over my years of time in this game, I just call it the game, I've actually learned to flip that. Right. So I no longer look at it as somebody giving me an opportunity, especially when it comes to corporate America. I look at it as I'm giving corporate America an opportunity. Right. Because at the end of the day, a lot of these companies, they need you. Let me say that one more time, because I said everybody ain't understanding that yet. A lot of these companies, it's not a lot. All of these companies these days, they need you. So we have to change our mindset when we go or approach these companies. Their companies will not be successful without our talent. Their companies will not be successful without our brain power. Their companies will not be successful without our individual brands that we bring to the company. And we have to walk in that in all of our interactions with these companies, especially when it comes to compensation. Yeah, so when we stepping in the doors of these companies, go in there and tell these cats what you want. Yeah, because at the end of the day, somebody else may get what you're asking for, and they ain't even put no work in. They just get it off, as people say, they get it off GP. They ain't got to work for it. Coming fresh out of college, not experienced, no experience to their name, but working at the Starbucks. Come in and they'll get 100K right out the gate. So yeah, we got to change our mindset when it comes to these things. I said, we have to look at it for what it is. At the end of the day, these companies need us, and that's how we got to look at that. Oh, we got somebody trying to come in here. Hey, Prince, what's going on?
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Friend.
Happy New Year, man.
Friend.
Happy New Year. Yeah, I'm coming in this weather too. Everybody getting this weather beating us up.
What you going to chill? A snowstorm or something, man? What you got going on, man?
Man, nah, man. I went to the VA hospital, came back with the sniffles. I was like, oh man, I ain't never going back there.
Oh no.
Wait a minute.
You know I got the orange juice. You know what I'm saying? let me do the commercial for the orange juice. Get down the liquor and get the orange juice.
Get you some oil of oregano. Get you some oil of oregano.
I'm gonna tell you, I even took a hot Calgon bath with the peppermint, trying to open up the pores and stuff. So, hey, I'm not hating. I'm trying to get it over.
Man, no, we hate to hear you ain't feeling good, man. I hope it turned around for you, man. It's not good, Steve Prince.
Oh yeah, but you know what? I found out. You know what? This is probably the best thing happened to me because you know what? You know, men like to take the shower. I hate to say it. We like to take the shower. So you take the shower, the bath, and the shower. That shit is real. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't trying it. That shit is some real shit. That's some good shit. I like that.
Oh man. I ain't mad at that, man. I ain't mad at that. But see, man, you make enemies in 2021 with some sniffles, man. You can't be having no sniffles in 2021, man. You know how risky that is,
man. If I don't like it right now,
we left that.
My bad. 2022, my bad. You can't be having no sniffles out here, man. People start looking at you crazy, man.
Bruh, I ain't doing no advertising for no cough syrup neither. Forget them. I'm telling you, I'm taking some too. But the OJ get it. But if I don't like you, I'm coming to your house with these sniffles.
Oh, don't do that.
So
be prepared to be knocking on your door, breathing on you and your kids.
Oh, here you go. No, we glad you made it on with us tonight, man. We just kind of kicking it tonight, man, talking about your worth, man, and how much are you really worth. We had a little situation where a young lady was going after a new job. And she was second guessing a little bit how much money she wanted to ask for going into the opportunity. So we was talking about that tonight, man. You ever ran into that situation, C Prince, where you cut yourself short on some money, man, going into a new opportunity?
No, what I did is I went to a job and actually found out I had more credentials than the person who I was working for. But I was doing all the work. He get all the pay. So when it came up to review, I said, hold on. I got more credentials than him. But you pay him this. Because I said, I never knew how much he got paid until he started running his mouth. But now, since I know he's getting this money and I got more credentials than him, I didn't get some of that money. So I asked for more. The people actually told me, have a nice day. I said, okay. I'm gone. 3 years later, these suckers called me back. I said, oh, really? You want me back now? We're going to meet what you asked for. I said, that was that price then. I asked for $3 more. For real. I asked for $3 more. And guess what they did? They gave me my $3 more. And I said, okay, that's what it is. Because you could have paid me what I asked for.
Yep.
Now it ended up costing me more. And guess what? They hired me. But guess what? I didn't go. Every time I go to a job, if they advertise for $25 an hour, I write $25 an hour. And when I go in there and they say, is your price negotiable? I said, yeah, it was negotiable what you put in that newspaper or in that advertisement. The only way I'm going to go is go up. I'm not going down. Right. And I tell them that. Don't sell yourself short because they sell you. They get you in there by giving you the highest possibility. So that means they could go up as high as that. So if you say, nah, I'll do less, they're going to give you less, even though they're going to pay you that price that they advertised for.
Right. Yeah, I feel
That's
that.
how I feel.
I feel that. Yeah. No, I would agree, man. Like I said, I wanted to touch it because like I said, sometimes I feel like we have, to a certain extent, been conditioned to do that. And like I said, Nicole, she brought up a good point earlier about the opportunities. And I think because of some of our conditioning, we look at some of these opportunities as essentially handouts. Yep, and we feel like we don't want to hurt our, I don't even know how to explain it, hurt our chances. I don't know how to explain that. Y'all might have to help me out. I think it's hurt our chances. So we just kind of, we kind of play it safe and kind of settle, if you will, versus essentially making demands.
You know what I'm going to tell people this year? Stop working for temporary services. Because guess what? If they pay you $15 an hour, they pay that temporary service $20 an hour to hire your ass.
Right.
The temporary service is making more money for you doing the work for a trial error. And guess what? How many people you know work for a temporary service for about 6-7 months, trial error? They ain't done it on their job. But as soon as the company said we had enough, he's a good worker, but we're not going to hire him right now. Guess what? 6 months of your life is wasted. And you made $5 less than you should working with somebody else who profited off your ass. So this year, people should get off this temporary stuff, find their own jobs. Let these temporary services drown. Because guess what? They're making a lot. They're the only ones really making money during this COVID epidemic because they put people there. They're not hurting. These companies know. I go to these temporary services and pay these people $12. If I want to pay the bare minimum $18, they're going to pay somebody $12, $13, $14 an hour. We're not losing. Right. And we're getting a good worker that we don't got to give no benefits, no nothing to.
Right. Yeah, no, that's a good point too, man. And like I said, once again, I think even in the temporary services realm, like I said, it still comes back to, actually knowing and understanding your value. And then too, what you bring to the table, right? Most of us know, when we, get put in front of these projects or whatever it may be, we know we're going to bang that out. We know we're going to handle it. We know we're going to do what we do. Right.
Right.
But then once we get in front of these opportunities, then we start doubting that. Yeah, we start second guessing that. We start questioning that. And at the end of the day, there's no reason to. Yeah, because I said, we know what we made of. We know what we about. Yeah, we know what we bring into. I know it's corny. Everybody talking about it right now. We know what we bring into the table. Yeah, we know. Yeah, but at the end of the day, these companies know that as well. Yeah, but they're gonna try to play the money game with you. They're gonna play the numbers game with you. Yeah, but we gotta be firm on that. We gotta go in there with what we want, how we want it. And I don't care if it's money, if it's vacation, if it's time off, if it's titles. It doesn't matter. Yeah, we got to go in there and demand and go get it. Yeah, because at the end of the day, we know we are worth that, or better yet, we have to know that we are worth that. Yeah, like there's no other way to do it. You have no other way to do it.
Yeah, I think it's just basically us making sure that we have, we have to be confident in ourselves. No one is going to, give us what we deserve. We actually are going to have to push for what we deserve. And it's like in a situation where, right now there's a lot of companies reaching out to people from other states. Like I've had a couple companies reach out to me as well from other states. And I'm just like, because the remote work is a real thing now because of, COVID has kind of opened the door for, companies to now understand that you don't have to have all of your employees in one location in order for them to be effective. So now you have companies saying, well, we're willing to hire somebody from another state because, they are having troubles finding qualified people to fill the roles. So in situations like that, that's actually the perfect opportunity to increase your value because now you're looking at the potential costs, cost of living for a whole nother state, right? So now when I come to you, I'm like, look, let's see, what's the cost of living in California? What's the cost of living in, Washington, D.C.? Like, I need to know what the cost of living is because that's going to color how much I can see, I might Midwest money is different than West Coast money. Okay, West Coast money is longer. So
Right.
I'm going to ask for West Coast money, even if I am in the Midwest, because that's what you're paying everybody else that work for you in the West Coast. So you're going to pay me that too. It's expensive to live in DC. You're going to pay me DC money because that's what you're paying everybody else that work in DC.
Thanks.
I'm not gonna ask for what I might ask for in the Midwest because I got to factor in the fact that if I do that, I'm gonna most likely be underpaid. The gap is gonna be even bigger because all of your other employees are making whatever the cost of living is for that area. So, I mean, we just have to educate ourselves more, I think, when it comes to having these types of conversations. And I think the more educated we are, the more comfortable we'll feel to speak up on our own behalf. Like nobody's going to do it for us. And it's really time for us to close the gap. It's just time for us to do it. I know it's scary. It's scary for us because like Nicole said, we just don't get as many opportunities. We don't get as many people beating our doors down, but I actually think that's even more of a reason why we have to sell ourselves more, why we have to ask for more, because we don't get as many opportunities. So when we do have someone that's looking at us and saying, oh, I'm interested in your skill set, then we actually have to say, okay, this is my chance to really sell myself and speak up for myself because I don't know if I'm going to get the same exact type of opportunity. There will be another opportunity because if someone else saw the value in you, someone else will see it too. But how consistently or how quickly those opportunities will come, I know that's the thing, right? But we got to get out of the habit of just taking any old thing. We have to get out of the habit of that because it's putting us in a rut. And it's putting us in this cycle of just going from job to job, never being satisfied. And we also, another thing that I've learned is stop feeling like you got to get with a company and stay with a company forever. Okay. If you get with that company and you work for that company for 1 year and you start itching like, this ain't what I thought. Okay, bounce, go somewhere else. Because, I'm learning, I had to learn this from the young folk when they be like, oh yeah, I don't even work there no more. And I'm like, you don't work there no more? Like, because we used to frown upon that, right? We used to frown upon leaving a company quickly, but now that's the way of the world. Look, they was paying me this much and it was good, but I feel like I'm worth more now because I done worked here for a whole year and I done got this skill set. So now I'm going to take this skill set and I'm going to go get me 20,000 more. I know I've only worked here for a year, but that's okay. A year is good. And guess what? They get hired year after year after year after year. And I had this mindset that I was like, oh, this is not, but it's really true. Like it took me working a job and people reaching out to me while I'm working, like, I see you work. I'm like, yeah, I just started working here. Yeah, well, we like your skill set. And I'm like, there's something to this. So, I mean, we have to really start, honestly, we have to change our own mindsets first before we can affect any type of change on that end, right? We have to change our own mindsets. So we really just have to demand more. I hate to say it this way. Don't be afraid of losing the opportunity. I know that sounds scary, but if they are already undervaluing you, they're just going to keep doing it.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Nicole making facial expressions. Hold on. Nicole, what what she say they just got
Why
to
you
you?
calling out my facial expression?
She said something about not being scared to miss them opportunities, and you made a face. What just happened?
I would say that I felt like I was just reminded, like, it's, the negotiation, like the whole process is a game. You might be excited, but they got a game to play, and so do you.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
That's true. Because the thing is if they are on, like, if they go into it being cheap, child, they're gonna be cheap the whole time you there. They just gonna cheap you to death. And then every nickel, dollar, dime you get, you're gonna have to work real, real hard for it. And is that really the experience that you want to have? So it's like, let me save myself some heartache. If you already being cheap and I ain't even got in the door yet, like, maybe I don't even want to fool with you. Like, for real. Like, we got to stop putting ourselves in these positions just because somebody came through with an opportunity. Like, listen, and I know it's hard. It is hard to turn down a job when you really are looking to move on. Like, it is hard. But at the same time, you don't want to get in that mug and then be like, dang, why even do this to myself again? Like, you don't want to do that. So we have to kind of break those cycles.
That's a good point.
Look,
go ahead, C Prince.
I'm gonna tell you like this. This is funny about people. We can look at professional athletes, and they hold out for millions of dollars, and we are cheer for them, like, yeah, they deserve all this money, but you won't do it for yourself. Ain't that something? You won't do it for yourself. These people right here, they probably work. You think about it. They play sports and stuff, but they really don't work like you work. They got more downtime, and guess what? They get hurt. Their benefits are way better than yours. Their medical's way better than yours. You know what I'm saying? Their kids ain't gonna starve or nothing like that. But we sit there and we like, oh man, about time he got 100 million. Where your 100 million at? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's foolishness to me. People don't undervalue themselves all day, but they put people on pedestals besides themselves. That's crazy.
Right. Yeah, no, that's true, man. I agree with that, man. Like I said, Chloe brought up some good points as well that I wanted to touch. When I brought up conditioning earlier, there's definitely a conditioning component that we've been fed over I can't even call it over careers, I say, because they all jobs that we've been fed over the years. And I will admit, one of them was the person with 1 million jobs, right? So I'm gonna speak from personal experience. When I'm looking for talent, that used to be one of my red flags. When I saw a resume that had a whole bunch of jobs, the person had a new job every year, and I'm like, nah, this cat must not be consistent. Like, there's something wrong. He's one of them jumping from thing to thing to thing, can't never get situated. And I used to make those same assumptions. And the longer I stayed in the game, I just learned, or I saw that at the end of the day, we got to do things differently than they were done before us. Yep, our parents, grandparents, they had the opportunity to sit at a job for 20, 30 years. And I'm gonna be honest, they lost out on a lot of money. Yeah, that's just telling the truth. They lost out on a lot of money. So current day, I don't frown upon anybody with a new job every year, because I understand that that's how you acquire the compensation piece of this whole game. You have to move from company to company, because the longer you do, and that's the fact, the longer you stay at a company, the less money you will see. Yeah, your largest financial improvements in your career, if you want to call it that, will be when you move to a different company. And that's just a fact. Yeah, but like I said, if you stay at a company too long and you get comfortable, then you're looking at these little couple percent here, couple percent here, and it's barely keeping up with inflation. So your best moves are going to be leaving and going to a different company. It's not even necessarily a title change. It's just a different company at a different point in time will yield you that money. So I definitely, do not frown upon that. And I definitely recommend that people take that seriously. Let me grab this comment from Miss Green, and shout out to Miss Green for joining us tonight. She says, read the employer's contracts before nimbly moving between companies. Understand the non-compete confidentiality agreements, terms of bonuses, etc. that may adversely impact or constrain your intentional career strategy before signing and making moves. And that's true. Yep, that fine print, the policies. They get you every time. We appreciate that comment, Ms. Green. So yeah, definitely be aware of what you are walking into, what you're dealing with. But yeah, like I said, at the end of the day, we gotta move differently. Yeah, we gotta stop selling ourselves short. We gotta stop second guessing our decisions. And we just gotta go for what we want. Because at the end of the day, and this is me personally, I can't speak for everybody, but I'm a strong believer in, if it's meant for you, it's gonna be yours regardless. Yeah, that's how I look at it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It's gonna be yours regardless.
Mm-hmm.
If I think about all of the beneficial opportunities that I've had over the years, and they were laid out. It didn't even involve no hard work and no fighting for compensation. It didn't involve none of that. They were laid out. So yeah, if it's meant to be yours, it's gonna be yours regardless. Yep. So with that being said, go for what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Go for what you need. Do some quick math equations. See if the money is gonna get you where you need to be at. Yeah, because what you don't want to do, and I told the young lady this in the conversation, is what you don't want to do is go into that new opportunity feeling like you didn't get what you were supposed to get.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's gonna eat you alive.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole time you're there, you're gonna be looking like, dang, I should have went on and said something. And then two, once you get caught in that revolving process of the couple percent here for merit, the couple percent here for merit, once you get caught in that, you can be like, dang, I should have got it in early. Mm-hmm. I should have got it in. So yeah, you don't want to go into it with no regrets. So go for what you want right out the gate. Yeah, at the end of the day, all they can say is no.
No, right. And I hate to switch topics, but earlier you also spoke about relationships. Like, I think we need to understand that let's not do that. Let's not do this in 2022. Like, I know it's cliche to say, oh, this is a new year, let's do something different. But for real, the calendar does not dictate the change. Your mindset dictates whether or not the year is going to be different for you. If you taking the same 2021, 2020, 2019 mindset into 2022, then ain't nothing gonna change for you. So my message to people would be, let's just change our minds, period, going into 2022, so we can actually see some change in 2022. Like, let's stop playing the games. Okay. Like if you know what you want out of a relationship, then go into these conversations with these potential, men and women. Go in there knowing what you want. Okay. Like dudes, it's okay. I know some ladies gonna tell you that it's not. Some ladies gonna tell you that it's not okay for you to ask what a woman is bringing to the table. They're gonna tell you that it's not okay for you to, ask, what do you want out of life? Or like, what are you trying to do with your life? Like, it is okay to ask those questions. Why is it not okay? It's a date. I'm trying to learn you. I'm trying to find out, who you are. And I hate to say it, but there's men playing games out here. There's women playing games out here. So, it's at the point where you asking a question, not because you're trying to be rude. You asking a question because you like, hey, I really want to date somebody that's serious. I don't want to date nobody just having fun. Because if you just want to have fun, okay, then that's the way I look at this. I look at this as this is just fun. But I'm actually trying to find somebody. So I'm asking you serious questions because I'm actually trying to find somebody. Don't get offended because I'm looking at you like you could be somebody for me. So if I'm asking you this question, it's because I really want to get to know if you that somebody for me. So instead of us always getting offended first and going, oh, that's so rude, maybe we should be like, dang, he want to know. Okay, well, let me ask him some questions then. Like it shouldn't necessarily be, why he asking that? Like, if you want to know why he asking, ask him. Because more than likely, it's not what you think. What I'm saying is, let's please change our mindset, right? The same way we need to change our mindset about these jobs. Hey, they're interviewing us, but we're interviewing them too. Then you need to look at the relationship that potential relationship the same way. We are interviewing each other. It is an interview because I'm trying to see if we fit. Like, I hate to say it, but ain't nobody got the same amount of time that they had to date you. like, we ain't 23, so I don't have, just time to play with you like I might have had when I was really young and it didn't matter. Like, I don't got that kind of time no more. So now my questions might be a little bit more specific. They might be a little bit more detailed. Not because I'm trying to be rude or nasty, or I really want to get to know you. Like, I want to cut the BS and I just want to get to know you. And I think that we need to stop being so sensitive to that. Like, we have to get out of our own way sometimes. Sometimes we're blocking ourselves. Like, we have to stop doing that. Stop being so offended. Stop the cancel culture. Stop everybody after me. Stop the victim mentality. And let's just drop all of the let's drop what everybody tell us how we supposed to feel. Ladies, y'all don't even feel that way. Some of y'all don't even really feel like that. Some of y'all not bothered by these questions. Some of y'all don't even feel that way. Y'all been told y'all supposed to be bothered by it. Y'all been told to do, not supposed to expect nothing from you. Y'all been told to do, not supposed to ask you no questions. Y'all been told y'all supposed to be doing everything because you got poo-poo. Y'all been told that. But it's not the truth. Let's change that mindset. Let's change that thinking. It's okay for a man to expect something of you. He should. Because if he don't expect nothing of you, he ain't no kind of man. And you shouldn't be messing with him. He should have.
Hold on. Rewind that thought. Rewind that thought. Say that again. Rewind that thought. Hold on.
No, I'm just saying, if this man don't have no kind of expectations for you, then he's not the man you should be dealing with. He should have standards. If he don't have those, move to the next. He ain't the one. Okay, so let him ask you those questions, because also when he asks you those questions, it tells you something about him. It ain't always he a deadbeat. Because most of the times when dudes ask you that question, he don't actually even expect you to say money. He actually don't even expect you to talk about your money. He expects you to talk about other things. He wants to know about the other stuff. The stuff that gonna matter to him. So it's like, those are the things that just mindset shifts and mindset changes that we need to all make in 2022 if we actually want this year to go different for us than it did in 2021. Like, we have to really switch it up. Another thing, ladies and men, stop being resistant to somebody telling you something about yourself. We don't all have it figured out here. We don't. I am 40 years old and I'm still learning. I learned a whole lot about myself last year, a whole lot of stuff I didn't know. And I had to make some real changes because I'm like, ooh, sis, you've been doing this for a long time. This is not good. Like for real, like we gotta check. You check in with yourself sometime and be like, dang, is it me? Maybe it's me. Like, I mean, but nobody wants to do that, right? We have to change our mindset. Like you can't be ignorant of these things forever. It comes a time where ignorance can no longer be an excuse. Like the Bible says, my people perish for a lack of knowledge. Literally, we are out here perishing because we're not learning. Like we have degrees, we're very intelligent. But where's the common sense? Like where's just the smarts? The everyday knowledge, right? We so smart. I was so intelligent out here. But then we can't even have a conversation with another human being of the opposite sex without being offended every second by something that they say. Like we can't even communicate, but we're so highly educated. So I think it's just time for us to really change our mindset. You know, put down Netflix sometimes, put down Amazon Prime sometimes, put down World Star sometimes, Facebook and Instagram, you know, pick up a Bible, pick up a book that's going to edify you and teach you something. You know what I mean? Like, and understand that, you know, the real people that we're supposed to be looking up to are not social media stars or influencers or YouTubers who are like, I make $20,000 a month off of you watching my videos all day. Not them. Not them. Let's change our mindset in 2022.
Okay, no, I can feel that. I'm glad you segued that out. I said I was about to mess with IT, but I don't know if she's ready for that. But yeah, and I'm glad you said
I'm
that.
listening. I mean, I had a comment to what you said a little before, Quay, in regards to having a perspective of a candidate who had multiple jobs, like they kind of job hop. And I was going to say too that I had experienced something recent where I kind of looked at my own resume, and of course, someone had some feedback, and the question kind of came up. Well, you know, why do you have these different experiences? You know, what's the end goal? And I was like, great question that you asked. And I either had a choice to answer honestly or not. And so the answer was definitely like, well, I'm not in my perspective field here. I've done the research. I've studied of what's going on here industry wise, and my industry isn't here. And the opportunity entry level isn't here. So she's like, so what I'm hearing is you've basically done what you can in Michigan in regards to your field.
You just muted yourself.
I didn't try to. My cat just jumped for whatever reason.
Okay.
I don't know what. She's being weird. I don't know. She's being weird. Okay. I don't know. She's being weird. And so I was like, yeah, no, I'm basically done what I can for my field, but I'm like in regards to what I've been trying to do, that is the reason why I do have a second job, because this industry is really what I want. Whatever experience I can get here, I will take. So it was nothing but respect for that response, but I think it was one, having a new perspective and asking the right question to get that response.
Facts. Yeah, no, and like I said, I can feel that. Let's say the longer you in this game, or the longer you see these things, your perspective starts to change on all of these things. And that's gonna go for all of us. You know, these experiences are going to change our perspectives as we get older and as we spend more time in these particular spaces that we're in. But with that being said, and I want to also loop in what Chloe was segueing to as well, is once we adapt the new perspective based off the experiences, then we have to actually apply it. Yep. So like I said, when we're, in these corporate spaces, we have to apply these things that we've learned. We have to apply these new perspectives that we have in the corporate space, in the personal space, for the fellas out here. The title of the show is How Much Are You Really Worth? Yep. So when you approach these ladies, know what you're worth when you approach these ladies. Yep. Bring that with you into your conversation and your interaction with these ladies. Yep. And the same thing goes for the ladies as well. Understand and know your worth when you are interacting with these men. It's the only way. Yeah, that's the only way that it works. Yeah, but all of this second guessing, all of this doubt, all of this holding back, all of this being scared, all of this, it's not going to get you nowhere. Yeah, it's not going to get you nowhere. Yep, and then two, I'll say this just to add some clarification to what I just said. Understanding your worth and having a swollen head, that's not the same. Well, let me just put that out there. Understanding your worth and having a swollen head, as they like to say, a big head, that's not the same. Yeah, so we ain't saying go out here and be cocky. We're not saying that. Yeah, we saying understand your value and what you bring to the situation. Yeah, that's not being cocky. That's actually what you bring. That's actually what your output is. That's actually what you contribute. Yeah, so be confident in that and walk in that at all times. Personal, professional, corporate, you name it. Yeah, because at the end of the day, we all got a brand. That's really what that explains. We all have a brand out here. And that's in all of our interactions. You have simple stuff walking out to the mailbox. Your brand is still being represented. Yeah, so we got to keep that in mind. We can't lose sight of that. And for a lot of us, we got to restore that. Yeah, but a lot of us know what our value is and what our worth is. But we don't walk in it every day. Yeah, we walk in it when it's convenient. We walk in it when we want to put on the show. But we don't walk on it. We don't walk in it every day. Yeah, but we got to change that. Like Chloe said, I know it sounds corny. It's 2022. Yep. Instead of everybody talking about New Year's resolution, they about to go on this diet. Let's start understanding our value for 2022. My 2 cents. Just my 2 cents.
I got an idea. Since before we close the show, I'm just curious. Can we go around and everybody tell us what they leaving in 2021? What are you leaving in 20? What would you like to leave in 2021? Like, what would you like to leave into it? I want Steve Prince to go first because he laughed like that, and I want to know what he about to say.
Go ahead, Steve Prince. What you leaving in 2021, man?
I see y'all about to get me in trouble. Y'all women gonna hate me, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Go ahead. Let's get it.
Let's get started. The first thing I really want to leave in 2021 is the copycat woman. Every woman looking alike. I'd rather see a bald-headed woman nowadays than all these hair weave women looking like they China dolls or Nicki Minaj. And I'd rather see an ill-built woman, because all y'all can't keep getting y'all body fixed and knowing it's fake. That high maintenance, no man want to be with a high maintenance woman. That guess what? I gotta pay for your body that you can't keep because you can't eat right, diet, or exercise. You see what I'm saying? And also, I'm going to leave behind all these women that think kids is the lottery. The more kids you have, the more broker you're going to be. They think kids are lottery tickets. Guess what? That's why your ass still by yourself having kids with other brothers. Guess because they don't want to be with you. And the last thing I want to leave.
I came back in on the wrong part. Sheesh, man.
Yeah. Because this is the last thing I'm gonna leave is you worthless brothers faking like you men. Understand this. I'm leaving you behind. So don't come in my face no more, because I'm on a 2022 is the Smack Right tour. Don't be on the Smack Right tour, because you fake men get in my face, I'm smacking this shit out you. That's it.
There it is. I ain't got no bleep button, so there it is. Uncensored. All right. Man, I got a couple things. So I'm gonna keep this simple. Things I want to leave in 2021. I would like to leave surgeries in 2021. I'd have had enough of seeing surgeries. I'm not gonna lie. So I would like to leave that in 2021. I'm just being honest. Man, so many. I would like to leave TikTok challenges in 2021.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm so over the TikTok challenges. I would like to leave some of these sayings in 2021, like he understood the assignment, all this stuff. I would like to leave that stuff in 2021. And I'm gonna say this, and like I said, I know this is gonna piss some ladies off, but I gotta say it because I've been seeing it a lot. I would like to leave the entitled woman in 2021. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been seeing way too many.
In what context?
I'm gonna give you some context.
Yeah, I need to hear this.
Wait, elaborate, please.
For sure. Yeah, no, I've been seeing way too many videos, too many posts of women feeling like they is just way up here somewhere, and everybody else around them is just way down here somewhere. Yeah, but every time a dude try to approach him, even a dude with his stuff together, she way up here and he just way down here. And that's a problem. Yeah, that is a problem. So I want to leave that in 2021. I said we're gonna talk more about that in the future. You guys will hear more about that, but we're gonna talk more about that type of stuff in the future. Because I said we got to touch some of that stuff. This stuff has gotten out of hand.
Hey,
I'll stop there. Go ahead, C. Prince.
Before you get off there, you need to throw out a challenge and tell these women, show your real hair for 2022. Show it.
I wasn't gonna even do it, man. I wasn't gonna do it, C. Prince.
Yeah, it's not like I don't care if you have dentures. Show your real hair. Show what you're working with. I'd rather see a woman with an eye patch, bald headed, instead of with somebody else's hair that don't belong to them. Fake contacts. I'm gonna leave y'all alone.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm done with you in 2022 right now. In 2021 already. 6 days into the new year, I'm done with you, sir.
Look, y'all might as well start a hashtag. Charlie Prince hate every fake woman. That means anything fake on you, you belong in that category. Unless you got a medical condition.
Man, he hard on him. He hard on him.
Yikes.
You know what, C. Prince, I wasn't gonna go there. All I will say is I have been seeing more ladies saying that they are getting tired of some of that stuff as well. I have been seeing that. So I think there's some progress taking place. But I'll leave it at that. All right, Chloe, it's on you. What you leaving in 2021?
Dang. Well, I was gonna say something about women too, but dang, y'all just beating up on the women. I don't know. Y'all not beating up on them, but I mean, I would like to see men and women. So this is for everybody. I would like to see men and women normalize real life. Real life. What I mean is, I want to see men and women. I want to see us stop trying to glamorize our lives for social media. I want that to stay in 2021, because what that is doing to our mental health is not good. It's not good for you, because you now feel like you have to always be on at all times before you can even post a photo on social media. You can't even be out to dinner. I mean, you can even be out having an experience with your kids or something. I don't know, just having a random experience that's really nice. And somebody might see that and go like, that's really cool. But you don't want to take the picture because it's not one of the days where you got your lashes done, or where you got your makeup fresh, or where you got your hair immaculate. Like, I'm not saying you got to just be looking any old kind of way. That's what I'm saying. But normalize just being normal in 2022, because it would do you some good to not have to have that pressure on you all the time. But it will also do the people around you some good to see somebody living real life, looking real. I think that's where y'all coming from with the hair and all of that stuff. Like, it's nice to see somebody looking real. Like, I like Nicole's hair. I like her hair, like, I mean, and she right. And she keeps her hair done well.
I'm pushing.
So, I mean, I do. I like natural hair. Not that there's anything wrong with, I'm not saying that a woman can't switch it up. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is we've become too reliant on all of this stuff. We become too reliant on the lashes. We become too reliant on the fake hair. We become too reliant on the fake nails. We become too reliant on it to the point where we feel like we can't go nowhere without all this stuff on, or we can't take a photograph with all this stuff. And I'm just like, we have to learn how to be content with who we are, just with who you are. Like, please, can we normalize just loving yourself? Like, I know it's a process. It doesn't happen overnight, but can we normalize that? Like, this social media came almost to a crawl with people not wanting to really post pictures during the lockdown, because people couldn't get their hair done, and couldn't get their face done, and couldn't get they couldn't do all of that. So you didn't see as many selfies in 2020 because people couldn't do all of that stuff. And it's like, we gotta stop. Like, we have to stop that. Can we leave that in 2021? And also, can we leave in 2021 the hatred towards each other? Men and women, and I'm speaking only to Black men and Black women, we have to stop hating each other. I just, I think that needs to stop. I think we need to stop that. Let's leave that in 2021. Like, we are not each other's enemies. Let's please stop hating each other, and let's learn how to have a conversation.
Sure. No, I agree with that. All right, Nicole, it's on you. So we're gonna wrap right after you go. So go ahead.
For sure. So I'm definitely leaving my fear in 2021. I definitely started working on it, but kind of went back and forth with it. So it's definitely leaving that. Excuses. And I would say, because in the aspect of, goal setting in general, it's like, if I gotta work harder to get it done, then that's what I gotta do to get it done. But it's not that I'm not gonna do that to do it. Like, no, I gotta do what I need to do to get it done. So those are two major things.
Okay. For sure.
Quai,
Go ahead, man.
I'm kind of mad at women because I thought they were gonna go hard. They didn't. So I'm gonna be the voice of reason for them. They want to leave all you sorry, tight jean wearing, fake gold teeth having, faking like you got to bankroll Negroes in 2021. Give a real man a chance.com. Get rid of them scrubs you with. Understand that. That's what we sending out in 2020-22. Get rid of the rappers that are in their 40s. They don't have no retirement plan. Look, most of them rent a center You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna give it all like that. But that was the women. Hey, look, they leaving them bills behind. That means you over or underachiever man. I should say. Bye.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you. I'm sure you're speaking for a lot of the ladies with that one, man. Like I said, hopefully the year of 2020 will be the year of doing better. Like I said, a lot of us have a lot of things to work on, and then as far as our relationships, we have a lot to work on. So yeah, no, those are all valid. But yeah, I know we was keeping this one tight to time tonight. I appreciate everybody joining us tonight, all of our viewers who checked in with us tonight. Shout out to Ms. Green with her comment earlier. So man, like I said, once again, Happy New Year to everybody. And with that said, everybody have an awesome night, and we will catch you guys on the next one.